All right, Martin County, grab whatever kind of calming agent you need, a real stiff drink, a cuddly whoopee, do some meditation or whatever it takes because this one, you're going to need some anger management after this. I got some word from a good friend of mine, a person you know too, Casey Ingram, with the Casey Ingram Show on WSTU Wednesdays at 10 a.m. She sent me some information on that good old topic, the death train. Dun dun dun. I don't know who named it that. Probably a silly name for it, but we're just going to keep it on the serious side and call it Brightline. What a lovely name that is, Brightline. We're going to take it one step deeper, too, and talk about something called transit-oriented development. Now, think about those three words for a minute. Transit, meaning I'm in my car, I got to drive, man, I got to get someplace. I'm transit-oriented right now, I'm driving. No, we want transit-oriented development. Development is stationary. We build things. How can we be transient and have development at the same time? We're going to dig more into this, but I want you to know, and by the way, Casey, thank you for the approach you took on this. I'm going to try to read it without inserting too many of my own comments on this, but you absolutely nailed the situation that's going on here. And this transit oriented development is part of something bigger that we've been talking about and have documented all over the place. You can go to NOMO, N-O-M-O, MrNiceGuy.com, and you can read all about Agenda 21, all about how Big Brother's been watching you. There's several places that you can go to find out about this, and transit oriented development is part of Agenda 21 and or Agenda 2030 and or sustainable development within a sustainable community. Now, why am I emphasizing that? Because our good outgoing friend Doug Smith helped herald in one of the and I think Sarah was there with him and a couple of other people. We're going to leave nameless at this point. It's not worth it. Brought in this wonderful sustainable development concept that had just come out from the Rio conference and in Agenda 21 to try to build a greener, more walkable, transit-oriented, family-friendly kind of community, and we'd all do it together as one big global friendly government. Yeah, and they begged to have you and I, our county, put in as the charter sustainable community in Martin County. All right, so you've been an experiment for the globalist for a very long time, like the globalist on Jupiter Island and their new puppet that just got elected. But we'll get to that as the character shows itself and the actions take place, and his actions will speak louder than my words. So we're going to let that all just play itself out. Anyway, back to our good friend Casey and the transit-oriented development. You didn't know there was that much involved in transit-oriented development, did you, Casey? All right, guys, listen up. I'm going to read through this. It's very important. It's time to get serious about this, and I would like for you to listen to what Casey is trying to get everybody to listen to, and it makes very good sense that we do. So without further ado, here we go. And I'm reading from Casey's documents that she has sent to me, and we'll post them for you to be able to look at as well. Here we go. Transit-oriented development, or TOD, is an urban development approach that maximizes multifamily housing, business, and leisure spaces within walking distance of public transportation, such as train stations. When Brightline awarded the station location to Martin County / Stuart, one of their requirements was the right to develop parcel number X for transit-oriented development, or known in the agreement as the TOD land, under a lease agreement of $1 per year for 80 years. This parcel is located next to Sailfish Ball Fields in Stuart and the proposed Brightline train station. Additionally, Brightline required an extra 3 acres from the city of Stuart under the same lease terms of $1 per year for 80 years. The agreement stated in the event that the city of Stuart remediates the city-owned land located south of Monterey, the city would agree to lease Brightline approximately 3 acres at the same terms as the land. The interlocal agreement approved by the City of Stuart on August 12th does not clearly include or exclude either requirement. This omission suggests that the topic might be addressed in the future, possibly to avoid immediate public scrutiny. Notably, the TOD parcel, which is currently owned by the county, was initially set for public discussion on the August 6th Board of County Commissioners, or BOCC, agenda, but was canceled on the day of the meeting. The TOD parcel was also absent from subsequent BOCC agendas on August 27th and September 10th, despite the presence of Brightline discussions. Why was this topic removed? Very good question. What guarantees do we have that Brightline will not use the train station as leverage to acquire the TOD parcels? Could Brightline pressure our community by threatening to withdraw services unless they're allowed to develop the TOD parcels? It's essential that our commissioners take a clear stand with residents now and include a clause in the Brightline contract that prevents any further land from being awarded to Brightline. If Brightline wishes to acquire future parcels, they should do so under the same conditions as any other private business operating in a free market. TOD is a critical component of Brightline's strategy and is managed through its Florida East Coast Industries division. A simple Google search for Brightline and TOD will yield enough information for weeks of reading. As reported by the University of Florida's due diligence, Florida East Coast also built multi-family residential properties under the brand name Parkline. 816 units with 2 towers perched above Miami Central Station and 290 more units in a tower in downtown West Palm Beach. Last year, Florida East Coast sold its Miami apartment towers to Harbor Group International for a reported $450 million. Without confirming the price, a Brightline spokesman said it represented the highest gross sale for a residential property in the history of the Southeast United States. The sale followed the Florida East Coast transaction involving the West Palm Beach apartment tower and 14,000 square feet of rental space sold to an affiliate of New York Life real estate investors for a reported $115 million. Our investment in real estate was designed to initiate train ridership and help spark new projects around our stations, Ben Porritt, Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs at Brightline, stated in an emailed response. Excuse me. The investment made by Brightline has spurred significant commercial and residential growth as proof that transit-oriented development works and more is needed. This is a University of Florida due diligence as a source on this one back in July 17 of 2023. So the investment made by Brightline, at least, never mind, I said I was going to wait till we get through the document. Martin County residents, and I'm going back into the document here, Martin County residents need the BOCC to set clear guidelines regarding any land parcels given to Brightline. The BOCC should not provide preferential treatment to a single private company, especially one whose parent company is 70% owned by the United Arab Emirates Mubadala Wealth Fund. I hope I mispronounced it. Over numerous other entities that would have the benefit of free land. Free land. Does TOD development suit Stuart That's a good question, Casey, and I'm going to come back and answer that one. Will the Sailfish Ball fields be protected from the TOD? The city of Stuart already considered building apartments on the ball fields in 2019. How confident are we that this proposal will not resurface, especially with Brightline pushing for TOD development? TOD is being proposed in Boca, paving over ball fields just 2 years after the station opened. Let this be a bellwether warning to Martin County residents. Your lifestyle is being threatened. We must demand that our commissioners protect our community now and not delay decisions, allowing the proposal to be approved incrementally, if at all. While Brightline's train operations have been losing hundreds of millions of dollars, the company is profiting from transit-oriented development parcels. Speak up now, folks, or risk seeing our piece of paradise develop to boost the bottom line of Mubadala Investments, United Arab Emirates. I'm going to take a calming agent. I'll be right back, and we can pick up after this. Wow, that's all I can say. Casey, thank you for putting this together, giving me the opportunity to look at it, and again, helping get the word out. And folks, I know that there are a number of people out there that individually are as passionate as are Casey and myself and multiple other people that I know throughout the county about exposing these kinds of behaviors in our government that most people don't even know are taking place, and I don't want to say fraudulent nature, but the nature is not in the best interest of the people. The nature is in the best interest of the machine. It's in the best interest of the grant holder. Let's think globally, folks. It's not in the interest of Martin County. That would be selfish for us to think that way. We have to think of our neighbors regionally. It's the whole concept behind this. They don't want borders. They don't want Martin County to be unique, because then we have to be managed differently to receive outcomes that they want. People, they, yeah, it's not a conspiracy. Let's play pronouns. They, Brightline, the United Arab Emirates, are playing games in your backyard and don't care whether your ballparks stand or not. They don't care. But you do. And you do. So do you and you and you. I know it. I know that you do. See, the problem is we're not connected. We're not together. We're not on the same vocal plane. And that's where the power begins to come to repel something like this. So if there is someone out there that is taking a lead, Casey, thank you very much. I hope that we can get a lot of people to rally behind you and your message and gather. Come together and let your voice be heard. If it takes 6 hours to get through public comment, it is only 6 hours, and it will send the biggest 6-hour message that's been sent in a long, long, long time. Don't let them get away with this. Enough said. No more out.